I'm planning out our propane box because I'm trying not to buy wood, so we're just using whatever leftovers we can find. But this is what it looks like so far. Again, just super rough in. And somehow we gotta fit this into this tiny box if we can. So just kind of planning that out. So this is the rough end. This is what it looks like. And we'll have latches that hold this on. And then it'll open up. You get a propane tank out. Voila. Easy peasy. So here's what I'm thinking for mounting. Basically found some screws that fit into those holes there. And then I tapped them, basically drilled these into there so there was threads. Took them out, checked it out, make sure it was all clean. There's like no cracks or anything, and that looks good. And I'm gonna put this 1/4-inch piece on here, and then maybe what I'll do is then take that and tack that in. Obviously I have to take into account for those. I might put another piece on here and drill out the heads just a little bit on the second piece and then tack that into the side. That's how I'm gonna mount it, I think. More box.
She isn't pretty, but she's tight.
That's what she said.
Stuff, yeah, sorry.
That's horrible.
This is pretty terrible.
We're gonna start running the propane line behind the oven, behind everything to the back to our propane tank, which that's the box we're still building. But we gotta wrap some of these, install these little elbows, and flare the copper line and whatnot.
They're all bunched. Should be.
Yes.
Yeah. Telling me I ordered something wrong? Never.
That should be good.
Okay.
Anyway, so we gotta straighten this thing, huh?
Partially, yeah.
Like this. Which means we pretty much need to start straightening it at about 90 degrees from that spot. So like here, you just, yeah. It sucks that this is all like, oh, that looks fine.
I think you probably can just...
I think I can. Well,
yeah, just manually straighten it.
it's very malleable. What if we just made yard art?
Great.
So we're cutting this off because I didn't realize how malleable this was. It's probably fine, but you know, trying to make it look semi-pretty.
And we got extra.
And we got extra, so.
Put it in though. And Joe's just using a pipe cutter.
Yeah, so this
Twist and cinch, twist and cinch.
Yeah, so you don't want to like, if you do too much, you'll warp the pipe. And you can see like if you do small turns, you do like a small turn on this, turn it a couple times, small turn on this, do it a couple times, and you can see that it's like, you know, not ovalized at all. It just makes a nice clean cut, so. Perfect. Anyway, what? We're gonna go down. Let's say like that, huh?
Oh, pretty far, yeah. Okay.
20 inches.
20 inches. So that'll tell us where we need to do our 90-degree bend.
We're gonna put the shut off there.
And then bend it?
Yeah. I was gonna say not even, or I mean if we have an elbow bend.
We do have an elbow bend, or would you rather do the bender this way? I feel like that's one more failure point.
Yeah, okay. So let's do then, shelf probably needs to be.
The least connections possible, the better.
Yeah.
Less failure.
So we'll cut it back.
Okay.
This is the tool that you use to flare copper piping. This is just my test pieces.
With our piece we cut off that we bent incorrectly.
Yeah. So this, again, this is just my test piece just to make sure I was using the tool correctly. But this piece is supposed to slide on before you flare this. So I'm doing one here. Basically,
When he's done flaring that, he'll put both flares on before he flares the other side.
yep. So that's what it looks like.
Nice.
All right, and so this piece is gonna go on here like this. And so that this is going to intersect with this piece here, and as you tighten this down, it's basically going to take that piece and smash it across this. It's going to make a seal, a tight seal.
Yeah. So no tape necessary.
So no tape necessary. And then Haley was saying that actually they say if there's tape added, it can actually interfere with that seal that it creates here. So,
so do not put tape on flarings.
Again, you know, flare one end, put the end that's supposed to be on there, take the next end, because it's the other side, they need to be
Posing.
And now I'll go through and find the correct hole, find the right height, and then flare it.
Sick.
Shoot. Now that I have both my pieces on here, both ends are flared, and they both look good. There's no like breaks or anything, or yeah. So, I'm just looking for like something that doesn't look right. All you're trying to do is flare the ends of it, and there's no cracks. It doesn't look like there's any warping, so I assume it's all right. The real test will be once we put propane in the line, and we'll put some like soapy water on here, and if it bubbles, then we got to redo it. But until then, I'm doing it correctly. Just wiring the stove. So what we've done here, we have this switch that we're going to mount under here somewhere. Basically how it's going to work is we're going to have our propane tank and everything run through there. We have a solenoid valve here. So the propane goes into that line, comes down to the solenoid valve, and from that solenoid valve we're going to run the line to this switch, or we're going to run it to the shared junction here with the stove, and then the switch is going to run power from there to the stove and the solenoid valve. So when you flip it on, it'll flip on both the stove and the solenoid valve, so gas will start to come to the stove.
Should work.
Very weird way of explaining that, but just know that power comes to the switch, and when you flip the switch on, power then goes to the solenoid valve, so gas can then travel through the line, and the stove turns on as well. And then
might as well have it on one switch, because you're not using your stove without your propane anyways.
All in one.
Might as well.
And then I make Haley wrap these because I'm paranoid.
We did have one fall apart.
We did.
Only one though, out of 50.
All right, so here is our propane box. We could have done a better job on the latches, but latch, so it's going to be butted. This side's going to be against the wall, and then this side is going to be facing front. So this is where our gas line's going to connect in. I think I might have installed this backwards, but I show. So we have the lid, and I put this in here just to help with the seal, and it's actually fits very snug. That's what the inside looks like. Regulator solenoid to the propane with the gauge. That all runs out to here. This is what I was saying. I think I put this on backwards, but it worked anyway. I countersunk it so I could still turn this side. And then I put butyl tip around it, and then we'll silicone it shut. Yeah, see, I had a little blowout there, but that's okay. But then, yeah, this will connect to that copper line we were running, and that should be it. And then the propane tank fits right in there. And again, the lid. And voila.
Looks good.
So what you're looking at is our vent hole for the propane box that we built. I took a drill bit and I drilled a hole, and I have this. This is just 3/4 pipe to an elbow, and I'm going to put a little mesh screen on the end of this, but that's going to be our vent for the box. So now the PVC pipe is through there, and there it is sticking out. So trying to figure out how we're going to secure the propane line, that copper line. I'm trying to think of the best ways to do it. I think I've come up with a solution. So this is what we're gonna use. This is like a conduit bracket. What I've done is I've taken a piece of wood, just traced out this, cut that little piece of wood in half, and then drilled a hole in it, and then cut it in half. This, and then this goes clamped together. That clamps there.
You gonna use this as a support?
Yeah. That goes through it. Clamps down. Just like that.
Okay.
That's just too tight. So this is our first time trying the propane tank. So that is nice and snug. Sure it'll get more snug as we go. We got that over now, we got that. All right.
Looks nice.
So we're gonna start.
Thing says it's full. So there should technically be no gas running to any of that right now because the solenoid valve. So spray all of that and then we'll see.
Hopefully it doesn't. Okay.
Then we have connections in here.
I'll go to those next.
Okay. We had a few bubbles the first time. So just tightened them up a little bit. And the bubbles went away. Not too bad.
So here's the complete setup. It's a little messy because we obviously used a lot. We have this little switch down here. So when we flip this on, the lights turn on, which means there's electricity running to the stove, which also means that the propane is open for gas to flow here. And we can just turn this on. And it works pretty dang well. And then also, you can turn the lights off if you want, so electricity is still going. We just leave that on for now. But you can also turn on the light. And again, we've used this a lot now, and it seems to work really, really well. And the best thing is, it keeps the van very warm. But again, we leave that on. If we're sitting here and we're like, oh, we forgot to turn the stove off, we can just check, and there you go. That's it. Amaze Chef.